The federal government says Julian Assange has received more consular support than any other Australian needing help overseas. But supporters of the WikiLeaks founder aren't convinced, and they've stepped up their criticism at rallies in some capital cities. The 40-year-old has a 2-week wait in the UK to find out if his appeal against his extradition to Sweden can be reopened. Rebecca Barrett reports.
Small but vocal groups gathered in several capital cities, angry at what they call a witch hunt.
Julian's extradition to Sweden is not really about the two women's allegations.
Supporters gathered outside offices of the Department of Foreign Affairs with a clear message.
So we're calling on the Australian government to actually come out, publicly defend Assange and apply all political and diplomatic pressure.
Julian Assange's mother believes he's been hung out to dry by the Australian government.
Absolutely useless, in fact, contrary to help. They've done everything they can to smear Julian and hand him up to the US.
Not so, according to the Foreign Minister.
He's received more help in a shorter time than anyone else I'm aware of.
His lawyers have 14 days to apply to reopen his case after he lost an extradition appeal to Sweden over sexual assault allegations. Mr Assange has expressed fears that once in Sweden, the US will find it easier to extradite him over his WikiLeaks activities.
Frankly, if he's in Sweden, there's a less robust extradition relationship than there is between the US and the UK.
Mr Assange has argued that Washington wants to charge him with espionage or conspiracy for leaking US diplomatic cables.
There's no such thing as a secret warrant, period.
We've seen nothing to suggest that the Americans are planning any kind of indictment.
If that changes, the Prime Minister says the government will act.
We would, for Mr Assange, as we would for any other Australian citizen, seek assurances from the United States in relation to due process.
She says the government will continue to closely monitor proceedings against Mr Assange and provide full consular assistance. Rebecca Barrett, ABC News.